Good morning everyone and welcome to a new Let's Play, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. I've wanted to play this for a while. I didn't realize it's already 8 years old. So, we are going to be starting a new game. I've wanted to beat this one for a while, but for some reason I always start trailing off just after I reach adulthood. I'm okay with the child area. I don't know if it's just because it reminds me a lot of Majora's Mask. But let's get started. Oh, you can see the day. Happy 16th of January. This should go up probably by the next Monday or Wednesday, not sure which. Long have I served as the guardian spirit. I am known as the Deku Tree. The children of the forest, the Kokiri, live here with me. Each Kokiri has his or her own guardian fairy. But there is one boy who does not have a fairy. And much like Fire Emblem, we actually start with a dream. I want to pick this one because it's a lot less strategy oriented than Fire Emblem is. And it's one that's been on my list that I want to 100%, that I just haven't done in ever. Like, the farthest I've got is I've made it to the final castle in this one, well, in the original, and then I just stopped playing. I don't know why I didn't finish the game. So it's weird. It's always been one of the ones that I've had to finish, but never did. Navi, Navi, where art thou? Come hither. O Navi the fairy, listen to my words, the words of the Deku Tree. Dost thou sense it? The climate of evil descending upon this realm. Malevolent forces, even now, mustering to attack our land of Hyrule. For so long, the Kokiri Forest, the source of life, has stood as a barrier, deterring outsiders and maintaining the order of this world. But before this tremendous evil, even my power does nothing. It seems the time has come for the boy without a fairy to begin his journey. The youth whose destiny it is to lead Hyrule to a path of justice and truth. Navi, go now, find our young friend, and guide him to me. I do not have much time left. Fly, Navi, fly. The fate of the world, the fate of the forest, nay, the world, depends upon thee. So I'm glad that I am finally getting a chance to work on this game. I figure doing it as a Let's Play will hopefully keep me on track, and it's going to be the type of game that I can just sit down and play for an hour a week and just get things set up for the coming week's videos, because the plan is to put these out on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just opposite of my Fire Emblem ones, just to balance out the schedule in general. And I hope that plan works out well, but we've now back entered our house. And we have another dialogue point. There's not as many dialogues in this one, so it should be fine. But, I mean, come on, in Fire Emblem it's like 5 minutes before and after each fight that there's discussions. We are still in the early game though, so it's understandable. Hello, Bard, wake up. The great Deku Tree wants to talk to you. Bard, get up. Hey, come on. Can Hyrule's destiny really depend on such a lazy boy? You finally woke up. I'm Navi the Fairy. The great Deku Tree asked me to be your partner from now on. Nice to meet you. The great Deku Tree has summoned you, so let's get going. Right now. And we're gonna follow that. But I like how I just said there's like 5 minutes on each episode for Fire Emblem, and we are reaching the 5-minute mark now-ish. So that's kind of entertaining. And are not done our dialogue. It's the first episode though, so it's understandable. They have a lot to set up. Yahoo! Hi, Bard. Yeah, and I really need to decide better voices for things, or learn how to voice it. I'm gonna side hop off that. Wow, a fairy! Finally, a fairy came to you, Bard. That's great news. I'm so happy for you. Now you're a true Kokiri. Is that right? The Great Deku Tree has summoned you? Quite an honor to talk to the Great Deku Tree. I'll wait for you here. Get going. Go see the Great Deku Tree. And there we go. So we've got Saria waiting for us at the house. Now if we take a look at the map on the bottom screen, we can basically see a giant tree already. So that is our goal. We're gonna head there right away. Try to get this cutscenes and everything completely out of the way. Oh. Hey you, Mr. No Fairy. What's your business with the Great Deku Tree? Without a fairy, you're not even a real man. What? You got a fairy? Say what? The Great Deku Tree actually summoned you? What? Why would he summon you and not the Great Mido? This isn't funny. I don't believe it. You aren't even fully equipped yet. How do you think you're going to help the Great Deku Tree without both a sword and a shield ready? Well, you're right. I don't have my equipment ready, but if you want to pass through here, you should at least equip a sword and a shield. Sheesh. And I know you used to be able to just like backflip over him, but I never learned it, and we're gonna need a sword and a shield anyways. So, let's go take a look in the shop. Look over here with L and talk with me with A. No. L is just how you can target things that Navi is interested in. So we're gonna go behind the counter, steal some money, and let's see if we can buy our sword and shield. Seeds, arrows, harp, human hearts, alright. Deku nuts, Deku stick, Deku nuts, and a Deku shield. Costs 40 rupees though. So no sword. We'll have to track one of those down ourselves. Which you can... I don't know if it was on the original map, but you can pretty clearly see on the map where we have to go for that. I found it a bit weird. But let's break into this person's house right over here. I think it's Mido's. And we're just gonna rob him. Green rupee. Ooh. Recovery heart. And then 5 rupees, 5 rupees. This isn't a randomizer, so it's not like I could be pulling the Megaton hammer out of this. So that's at least, we know what's coming. What do you have to say? A fairy finally came to you. Now you have a lot to learn. The best place to learn something new is the Forest Training Center. It's on the hill above here. Forest Training Center. Don't recklessly cut signs. Read them carefully. What do these signs even say? Thrust attack. You don't have a sword. Grasp with your sword. You don't have a sword. Selecting a target. Hole of L. Let's go through this small hole. Stand in front of it. Why is it L? But we can, however, lock onto this. And if we backflip, we make a little bit of rupees. Plus, you can backflip very far if you try. You don't even need to be focused on anything. If there's nothing in front of you that Navi is interested when you hit L, you will be able to just lock onto thin air, and it changes your camera to directly in front of you. We're going to need that for a few points in this one. There's some areas it doesn't work though. The putting camera in front of you. It should always work for being able to lock on. And in this forest training area we get our sword. Kokiri sword. Hidden treasure of the Kokiri, but you can borrow it for a while. Be sure to practice with it before you really fight. So let's follow behind this boulder. escape through this tunnel again. And looking at our rupees, we have 40. So we are golden to actually go grab the shield. Oh, but there's more rupees up there. And I kinda want to try to get to 45 if I can. So we're gonna, not 45, 55. We're at least gonna be grabbing these ones. L targeting, very helpful for that. We could see another 5 behind this house. You might be wondering why I want to get to 55 when the shield was only 40. And it's kind of just a personal preference thing. I don't feel like watching the Deku Nuts cutscene. Or I call it a cutscene, but I guess it's just the text box. So I'd rather do it right now. Sell shields, but not swords. So we'll pick up this, the Deku Shield. And we'll pick up 5 Deku Nuts. It's just, hey, yo. And now we're at 0 rupees, so we are golden to continue. You don't need to be at 0, but I always tend to be. And we can pass Mido. Want to pass through? You should at least equip a sword and a shield. And he's right, we gotta go to gear and actually turn on both our Kokiri sword and Deku shield. We're also clearly wearing this Kokiri tunic. There's 2 more of each of these items, and a bunch of things on the screen that we don't really get to see well. You want to see the Great Deku Tree? You should at least equip a sword and a shield. What's that? Oh, you have the Deku shield. And what's that? Is that the Kokiri sword? Good grief. Even with all that stuff, a wimp is still a wimp, huh? I, the great Mido, will never accept you as one of us. How'd you get to be the favorite of Saria and the Deku Tree, huh? That was me trying to grumble. It worked, I guess. And I know it's gonna feel early, especially compared to some of those Fire Emblem episodes we've been doing lately. I swear the last 3 have been 25 plus minutes. But I am going to be shooting for 15-minute parts in this one. And we're pretty close, but I know there's a cutscene that's literally about to start once we're through this hallway. So we will have to lead off with that next time. Thank you guys for watching the first episode of Ocarina of Time 3D. And, oh, I hit R. In the next part, we will go see the Deku Tree who's been calling us. See you guys then.